So it's late March and it's finally warm enough to get out and do some spring cleaning and also pick up the dog crap I ignored all winter. Roxy. So here at the street level I have several different grasses, and in the fall I don't cut down the summer growth. I just let it continue throughout the winter for some nice winter interest, and especially some vertical interest with this Carl Forster feather reed grass. It stands up to the snow all winter, and what's nice about it is that it's also sterile, so it's not going to reseed each year and it won't become invasive. And then I have two native grasses up front, prairie drop seed at the curb and purple love grass in the middle. Now when you plant native plants, you're contributing to a native ecosystem. It turns out that voles love prairie drop seed. You can see they've made their little winter homes within the base of some of the grass mounds. And it's an important reminder that everything we do, even in our own suburban backyard, can have an important impact. Unfortunately, you also see they've been in my yard, which I'm not too happy about. But the trails they've made mainly just affect the grass tops and not the roots, so it should bounce back this spring and I'll just rake up the loose grass clippings. And honestly, I don't like rodents, I don't like voles, so I'm just waiting for the native owls, eagles, and hawks. So was raking through this, and this is always a good sign that spring's around the corner. The first green from the daffodils coming up, at least here in the north. It's a good sign. So it's always good to repurpose stuff in the garden. So I'm gonna be using these stands of Carl Forster grass and turning them into basically straw mulch. So all I need is this sickle here, which is a good tool to have. And I'm gonna cut off the stands and then save all the strands for the garden. Look what I found after I cut this grass down. A little ball, which I know is a house, for a vole over winter. Look at all the stuff they stuck in there. Again, I hate rodents, but whatever. Well, the front bed is mostly cleaned up. And then now, of course, I have 3 piles of stuff. So that's mostly purple love grass. The seeds are active, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that yet. I'm gonna turn this Carl Forster reed grass into mulch of some kind, and then I can probably put this in the bottom of a raised bed or something. You know, all the grass clippings from the voles. So I'll try to reuse what I can. All right, it's a bright one. So this is my garden space. It's actually pretty big, all things considered. For several years I did raised beds made out of 2x12s, treated in raw linseed oil, and they lasted for about 5 to 6 years. And then I did a couple years of in-ground gardening, and then of course in 2020, like most everything, my garden was a disaster, mostly because of my day job and the requirements during what. So this year I wanted something a little more semi-permanent, so I'm going back to raised beds. You'll see my strawberry bed that I put in last fall. So that's what we're doing today. All right, now I have 4 screws, nuts, and washers for every section. So now I just have to get these screwed in. All right, so the biggest pain with these is they all come with a blue film that I have to peel off, and that takes most of the time. In some spots it's just shredded, so I have to get underneath it and then attempt to start getting it off all in one piece. One of the things I need to do now is to revisit my original plan for the garden. Now that I kind of know how everything's going to fit together, I just need to reorganize it a bit so I have a better plan moving forward. Alright, so I don't know if you can see behind me, but I've placed some stakes where I think I want all of my raised beds to go, so let's get started. Alright, well, good enough for who it's for. I think this layout will probably work just fine. You can see the ones in the back over there. I need to even those out on the soil, and so I'll probably do that soon. And now I just need soil for everything. That should be fun.